Yes, bad bitch, witch, bad bitch, Joan Jett.
Ugh, you are a snob and a half.
Like a boss, like a hot boss.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Fierce Chats. My name is Sasha, and if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. My fierce girls, I love hearing from y'all. I love the comments that we've been getting so far this season. So let me welcome our guest, Tiana.
Hi. Wow.
How are you, babe?
Happy to be here. I'm good. I'm actually in the best space I've ever been in.
Okay.
Prior to having a baby, but yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I love him, but yeah, I'm in a good space. Happiness and joy and peace.
What was that space prior to having a baby?
Honestly, it's the craziest thing. You know how you think you're not missing anything?
Yeah.
But then you have a baby or a child or whatever, it's like that was the missing piece.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people say they feel that way about their spouse or whatever, but I feel like my baby did that for me. That was the missing piece.
I love that. I can wait for that.
No matter how tired I am, no matter how just overwhelmed, I'm just feel like that was it. Like I'm willing to just get up, sleep, walk. My ears only to hear for him. Like I could be in a deep sleep. I won't hear you. But if he coughed, I'm like,
what was that?
What was that? My baby okay. So yeah, that was the missing piece. I think he was the key to my full happiness.
I love that. Yeah, you know how these babies do. You know, I always be telling you. You know, I want a moment to cry with you anytime I can. I'm obsessed with doing it.
I know. I can't wait till you just... I was going to walk in today and say, are we pregnant yet? Like, what are we doing?
We've got a little drinky drink today, so not yet.
I'm not doing it again.
Whoa. Hey. Cut it out.
You want pregnancy pack me?
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
I want to have a pack. Serious. I want to do this together. Twins. Because I like that bob that you got. I love the highlight.
Yeah.
I want to do that together. I want to bump along like that together. I want to bump and bob with you.
You got other female friends. I can bump that way. I'll be here, but no, ma'am. No.
I'm literally dead. I cannot deal, but it's okay. I'm working on it, girl. I'm gonna let you know. You know, you're gonna be the first to text.
Because I did text you outside.
I was like, huh? I literally recall. I was like, girl, what? Huh?
Everybody was like, what? When the world found out, it was like, what in the world? Because they didn't think me.
Yeah.
Everybody know I didn't want kids.
Yeah.
But here I am.
With Kai doing his numbers and recognizing his letters and stuff. Girl, don't do it. And you say that to me. You You really won't even let me do it.
I know.
So if you won't let me, then you can't.
Okay. Hey, y'all.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and hop into the mess. All right, so have you seen Love is Blind? You watched the reunion? You watched the whole season?
I watched the whole thing.
All right, let's stop. Let's just kind of give it a little quick. I want your take on the cast before the reunion. Did you have a favorite couple before the reunion?
Yes. What is their name? Oh my God. I did like Bliss and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
What's the guy? The black guy?
Clay?
Not the Clay is this season.
Yeah, this season.
The cast before this.
Oh, Brent?
Is that Brent?
Is it Brent and Tiffany?
Yes.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I love them.
Yeah, I do love them too.
I love them. I feel like they are a great role model for us African American couples are. Not perfect, but willing to work through it. Mm-hmm. And I also like the maturity because when they came in knowing that they were older and they knew what they wanted.
Oh, true.
So I did like them, and I felt like they did a good job being a role model for this season. When Clay spoke, but I'm sorry. So go ahead.
I will say for this season, I felt like Jimmy and what's her name? She messed up by saying that she looked like Megan Fox. I'm sorry she said that, but she said that. I'm forgetting her name. But anyways, whoever was dating Jimmy, that girl, I feel like Jimmy never really liked her. I feel like he kind of acted like he did like her, but I wasn't really impressed by it. I think that this season was... Honey, it was a big ass cup of tea, but it was a hot mess.
It was a mess.
It was literally a mess. It was all over the damn place.
I agree with that. I said it from day one. I said that Jimmy did not like her, and I
don't
feel
think he
like
liked
she
her.
knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
When she said the whole, is anybody ever told you like a celebrity? Da da da. You knew what you was doing. You knew that was a way. And so when you said, I forgot Megan Fox's husband's name, boyfriend, whatever.
Machine Gun Kelly?
Whoever his name is, she said his name first, and she was like, his wife or girlfriend. He was like, you look like Megan Fox. Oh my God. And so I think that just canceled out where her name was, Jessica or Jessica, whatever the other girl he was dating. I think it just canceled her out because he was so like, okay, this girl look like Megan Fox.
Chelsea is her name.
Chelsea, that's what it is. I really do agree with you when you said it, because I said it before. He did not want her at all. Think so. I think he was forcing himself to try.
I think so too. I think he was trying, and he was forcing himself to try.
Because I think that for me, when that situation happened, when she told his secret about him messing with his friend, he was done then. He was completely done. Yes.
He was.
And I do blame him. That's what's wrong with these men today. They hold on to us just a little bit. They say things just to keep us holding on. He should have just left it alone then. But I do feel like he was forcing it to say, you know what, maybe I can do. First of all, she wasn't his type. Physically was not his type.
Right.
She was insecure.
Right.
And a lot of men don't like the toxic. She was just steady, just everything. She was, to me, honestly, he wasn't the best, but she didn't make it any better. She gave me a headache. And, she was like not the crowd's favorite at all.
Yeah.
TikTok ate her alive. Not just because they were saying she like Natalie Nunn and Adele.
I really would. Ooh, baby. Wow. What a merge. I did not see that.
Oh, baby. TikTok.
Girl.
I see the show, the reunion.
And the TikTok.
They gave it to her.
I agree. I think that, okay. Before I say what I think, what do you think about that? When Chelsea shared what he wanted to keep in private, what do you think about her then sharing that on camera? Do you think that was completely foul, or do you think that it was like you said, he really did look like he was done at that point?
Right.
Do you feel like he was justified to be done at that point?
He should have. First of all, I think that was really giving him a way out, because he did not want her. I don't care what nobody said. He just did not want her.
Facts.
That was literally his way. I know they had a discussion before. I think they had an argument, and he went to his apartment at one point.
Oh, yeah. She mentioned that.
Yeah, he wasn't going to do that again. So, he stayed downstairs and something. He was saying that was his way of trying. Now, after listening to the reunion, everybody saying I feel like nobody wanted to say that Chelsea was wrong, because a lot of them on the cast are team Chelsea.
Right.
And for me, I still feel like she was wrong, because that's like you, Daryl, sharing something with you guys, in private, and we all hanging out, and you just saying that out loud. Why would you do that?
Right. Yeah. I
don't care if you're mad at him or not.
Right.
That man shared that to you in private.
Right.
Now you don't share this with the world. Girl, and I get it. We're women. We do act off emotions.
Right.
So I do understand that part of it. You just allowing it to come out. But again, I'm the type of person, that's just why I wouldn't want to grade with me. Because I get it, but it didn't hold no relevance, because, in my opinion, if that was the case, you should have told her in the pause. I'm indifferent about it, but I just feel like a lot of, me and Jordan talked about it before. I can honestly say, I know several who done been with people, friends and stuff, but they realize they're just better as friends. We done been in college and been young and dumb. We all might have dipped and dabbled in some, but we don't want that person.
Yeah.
And we done had conversations with something similar to that, but I felt like I got where people come from, but it just held no relevance, because it's not I'll be putting.
Yeah, I think, I look at it two ways, because I do think that Chelsea, she, would automatically get your sympathy vote. She kind of got your sympathy vote until she got on your nerves. I do think that she was wild to say that on camera. However, something about it for me, I did not like how he wanted to protect his friends so bad and not protect her.
And getting that spot.
You know? And I feel like that was also telling for Chelsea to see. Honestly, baby, they should have split up right after that. She should have seen, hey, honey, he's not that into you. Like he is, but not that into you.
He was down for that friend. Even at the reunion,
right. It's still stuck beside it. And his face changed up and everything. Like he dead ass was upset about that.
That's different.
So
that's different.
I was like, yeah, you were really trying to protect her. And I'm like, and I also think like it was terrible gaslighting to invite. Why would you invite her to go and talk to shit you had? I mean, to your point, I agree. I do think that, you know, you can establish that we are better off as friends. But like, I don't know, just the way the show is set up for him to be like, these are my best girlfriends from the last 2 years. Dog, no. Can you give me somebody who know you for real the last 2 years?
Yeah, I said that too. I'm like, and then they both were women.
Both women.
And it was like 2 years. And when he said that, because I'm thinking the way he spoke about them, they had been friends for years. But again, for me, I feel like that should have been something that was said in the pods. Because if you already speaking of how important these two girls are, friends, you could have just came out and said like, well, you know, one of my friends, we're friends now, but we blah, blah, blah. That way, when y'all would have stepped out and made it wouldn't have been no all of that. Right. You know, but again, I'm pretty sure he didn't want to put that out there on, you know, but it is what it is. It's out now, but I don't like him protecting her. I feel like you should have been protecting your fiance. Yeah. I don't care if y'all known each other for 1 weeks. Y'all made this choice to get married. Right. So you should have been protecting her. But
speaking of a choice to get married, so Jeremy and Sarah Ann. So so prior to the season was real jumbled up, honestly. That was all over the damn place. The reunion was so telling of who in the hell this cast really was. And who these people really were, which is beyond me. I wonder if they had the old cast there to kind of like buffer out all this mess that was about to go down. But like Jeremy and Sarah Ann, Jeremy, honestly, I even before we got to the reunion, I'm not into it. I wasn't a fan of it. I felt little boy. I felt not a man. That was messy as hell. To actually be on a to actually be on a show and not even be able to fake it, like you really went and linked up with sis and you couldn't even fake it a little bit, was beyond me. I think he kind of showed from the beginning that he picked Laura because he felt like she was the smarter option, not necessarily because he wanted to. I think he said to Sarah Ann a few times that like, we'd have a good physical time in the pods, right? And I think he held on to that. He really liked her.
I do. That was his whole, the thing that got me with them was the fact that I get it's the, you know, Love is Blind, it's the prize. And when you do meet up, your initial reaction is to have a conversation with the person you connected with. Right. I understand that. But you have a fiance at home. You do not need to be out at 5, o'clock in the morning, having this conversation and just jog to or whatever. And then you line about where you were and she has your location. That was already strike one as well. And I mean, honestly, he had a lot of strikes already because it just was giving that they wasn't meshing for me. Mm-hmm. But the most messiest thing is that I felt like first of all, he gave me very much a narcissist on the low. Ooh. Second, but he was playing both sides. Like you're telling when the DM came out, you don't respond to her. You're telling her, oh, I don't know why she said that. But then y'all at the little lake house, you tell her you don't think she's wrong. When him and Sarah Ann was talking, you don't think she was wrong. And then you go get on these jet skis with her. And like that was just so. It was and so they've been crazy. Together since then.
They have been together since then. And her ass, okay, we can transition to the reunion. Her ass gonna come on the damn reunion. That literally was a prom dress. The updo was a prom dress. Everything was 80s prom. I was like, oh my gosh, like.
And she was not really taking ownership either.
She was not at all. She was just like, I love this man and I'm sorry that girl, you're nasty. You're not a girl's girl.
Well,
and it's not her responsibility to be faithful to their relationship. Right. And it's not, but like, you're definitely not a girl's girl. To sit there and go and get on a jet ski after that, like, girl, wait for Laura to leave. Damn.
But that's not even a kicker.
What's the kicker?
The kicker is that, did you remember when they said that they have broken up so many times? With,
yeah.
It was like toxic. I ran into them, and every time I ask them, they're broken up. So therefore, you're choosing. Don't get me wrong, I get it. Be with who you love. I understand that. Right. But you're so messy and toxic, and you're just trying to hold. Like you caused this girl so much mess in her life. You know, because I felt like they had a conversation. Oh, they did show that on a reunion. They had a conversation, and like she said, it's almost like you was trying to get advice from me on how to deal with him.
Right.
And I did get that. And I'm just like, this girl is so messy.
She is so messy.
That's why you got kicked out the group chat.
Okay, girl, period.
Period.
Why would you want to be in the group chat anyway? Like, if this is how you're operating, girl, you could have saved all that just out of respect from the experience. Even if you was going to go and get jet skis with this man after that, like, you know how men are. He finna entertain you and get on jet skis. Girl,
like,
again,
girl.
It's not your responsibility, but girl, you didn't help. And it was nasty. And in regards to overall, like, Clay playing our girl AD, here's what I'm gonna say. Toot says she loved Clay. I love Clay now. And I'm literally looking in the comments on AD page and the girls are saying, AD, take him back. We sorry for what we said. I'm still like, no.
I don't like that.
No, I don't. Why don't you like that?
I've been saying from, if we go back, and I'm not saying he's not a good person.
Right.
I'm not saying it. But since I started the show and it came on, I've been saying Clay is not ready for marriage.
He's not.
That was the first thing I told my sister.
Not.
I told Joy. I said, he is not ready for marriage. The thing is with Clay is because he's taking on his parents' issue. That's number one. But what he's doing is, I do believe he wants to be. I do believe he's trying to fight with something inside. So I feel he went on Love is Blind to try something new, to see, like, what can I do to not be a cheater or not do this? And, you know, it was a real experience for him. But he was given so many red flags already, because who in the world tells a person, I just don't want to cheat on you. I just don't, like, that was, you know, I just don't want to cheat on you. Like,
what?
Like, I was so confused. Like, every time I watch, I'm just like, I just don't like him with this eyeliner on. Like, me, I know it's not real. I think he just have dark under eyes. But I used to tell my sister, like, I swear this man got on eyeliner. I don't care what nobody says.
Oh my gosh, now I see it immediately now that you're saying that. Oh wow.
I thought I was going crazy till this girl got on here on TikTok and she put eyeliner on. I was like, I knew I went crazy. I'm not the only one to see it. That man wake up and put on eyeliner. But for me, but AD also, you gotta be a woman and hold.
You gotta stand on it.
You gotta stand up and
you
take
gotta stand on
accountability
it.
and acknowledge the fact that you knew that man was not ready. But you was so much trying to be. He's the type I follow.
Oh,
I'm not following Clay.
What? The type I would follow. But the thing is I also like AD. Let's keep it a buck, okay? And we gotta like I said, girls. But we gotta hold each other accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it a buck. You came down to two decisions that were actually tumultuous. And Matt or Clay, that's what it was. And so Matt, and then two different types. Then Clay is like, bro, what? Matt? Are you crazy? What do I gotta do? And he really got her riled up with that. But like, what else do I have to do to prove to you? What could he have said? And I felt like she was like, okay, Clay, like, all right, Clay, he's the one who's fighting for me. Even though she had already acknowledged several times he was a red flag. And she was like, I'm the type of girl to paint my nails red. And that's exactly what she did. Even though
she did.
She want to say like she had like clarity. And like, that's the thing, girls. We can have clarity about stuff. But when you go and make the decision, it tells me you ain't learned your lesson yet. You want to learn it again. You want to learn one more time. One good time.
She knew. And honestly, I think she's forcing herself not to take him back. I feel like she does. I feel like she became weak when he, first of all, sorry, Clay, but go to and he sat up there on that couch and he sat there and said, she's living my life. I made a mistake.
Oh, no, seriously, go to No, seriously. Why would he with her like that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
You know what? Like they said, you made this girl, you was so high. And don't get me wrong, I do respect him as a man for what he said, the reasons why at the altar. Right. You know, because I felt that was a little bit of maturity from him because honestly, he just gave me very much. You telling this girl, oh, she look good. First of all, let's go back to the pods. You was so upset when he was like, I can't marry you until I know what you look like. Eddie was pissed off when he was like, he didn't see her, whatever. She didn't like that. But I really feel like when it didn't work out with her and Matt or whatever, like Matthew, she just took the next option.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I want to be married. I want to go through this. I want it so bad.
Right.
But he gave you so much to show. Every time you turn around, don't get me wrong, we as women want our man to be like, dang, baby. Ooh, baby. Even though he he outdid the baby. Oh my God. Baby.
But first of all, let's talk about how when they went on their trip, he was in the passenger seat. I really wasn't feeling that. I wasn't feeling that. It was given, and don't get me wrong, my man can be in the passenger seat. I gladly take him anywhere he needs to go. However, the way Clay hopped into that passenger seat was like passenger princess. And
Because he is.
And that's who he is. He is. It was very princess. And the way he and even the way AD, he leaned into her and things like that. Don't get me wrong. My man can lean into me as well. There's no problem with this black man. No problem. But the energy that I got from it is that the way I don't know if AD meant it, but is that she needed to be his mother. It's different than nurturing your man, but you're going to have to be his mom. She was going to have to raise him. Raise him to be, not just teach him how to love her, but raise him. And guess what happens when you have to raise a man? You raise him up, and the child leaves the home. Yes. And he goes,
and everything you just taught him, they're going to do it with the next. Trust me. Trust me. Been there, done that, ain't doing it again. All I'm saying, you better come prepared if you're going to sit at this table. Because he was, don't get me wrong, claps to him with his businesses and his career. I salute him on that. Yeah. Do your thing. But another thing for him, this is when I said this to my sister. I said, when he came and met her at the lunch with her mom.
Yep.
And she had not seen him.
Right.
And his ass walking there with a haircut.
Yep.
And I said to myself, I said, see, you make time for what you want to make time for.
Right.
Don't give me no bullcrap excuse talking about I got work to do and I got this and do and I'm going to stay overnight here. You better get your ass to this house. Do I need to meet you at the barbershop? What we need to do?
That's a fact. And you're right about that. He may have time to get a haircut. But that's also that, to me, that undercover passenger princess vibe. He was going to do a show, and I felt like he can also speak very well. And because of the fact that he was able to say, oh, well, I have this problem and that problem. Once his mom and dad had their conversation, I realized immediately, Clay was going beyond what he was on. His dad was like, well, I did this and that. Then he started to cry. And the mom was like, okay. She rubbed him and still nurtured. And I was like, ooh. Instead of the dad, I ain't hear him say, I apologize. I should have never done that. He cried about that. And that was the same thing that Clay did on the reunion. Once he actually started to talk, the tears to me weren't even for AD and this is the love of my life. It was me. I'm the victim. And again, this may feel harsh, but we got to be honest about stuff. Clay, I'm not saying he's not a good person, but all that shit there, I was like, you still ain't learned. You still ain't got it yet, baby.
And I get it being a child, and because I grew up in some stuff, seeing my parents do things and, not seeing things the proper way, effective communication.
Right.
A lot of stuff, seeing dad not treating mom as she should be treated, as a princess, as a queen, whatever the case may be. So, but what I chose not to do is take their issues with me. Now, don't get me wrong. I was in relationships where I did need to learn how to effectively communicate, listen properly, and also take my partner's feelings into consideration, those type of things. But I wasn't wearing the weight of my parents' issues. I wasn't saying oh, well, I don't know if I'm going to just cheat on you, or I don't know if I'm going to just be physical to you because it's what I wasn't doing that, Yeah. And I feel like he's using what he saw with his dad and saying that I may do these things because, quote unquote, that's what my dad do. But no, like AD's mom said, you can't wear the weight of your parents' issue. You can't take that with you. Those are your parents' situations. Stuff. But don't get me wrong. I get it. We all look at it and it is trauma that we deal with and it shows up in our romantic relationships, but that's not an excuse.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that he was calling out stuff, but I do think that he was also giving himself a cop out. I think that he kind of knew that because to your first point, I don't think he wanted to get married. I don't think he's not ready for that type of commitment, and he still isn't. And and we saying, but he being playful, and he kind of again said it. He says, "I came on here. I didn't even think I would fall in love. Now I'm in this situation, and I'm like, said, now I got to get married."
Y'all didn't hear from me, but they said he got on there to promote his business. That's what the TikTok people said, but hey.
TikTok knows everything.
No filter.
Shout out to TikTok. Hope it's still alive when this episode airs. All right, y'all, let's hop into the next one. Okay, girl. Anyways, we're going to briefly touch because at the end of the day, we are mothers in our own space and we've got respect for moms and things like that. We're girls, so we have respect for that as well. But baby, we've been talking. You know we've been seeing stuff going on in the bloggy blogs for two individuals that I just wanted to address here on the Fierce Chats pod, just for my fierce girls, so we can kind of dive into it just a tad. JOIE CHAVIS and DRAYA Michelle have both announced that they are pregnant and with child. Now, JOIE, she's 35, and her baby father, Trayvon Diggs, is 25. DRAYA Michelle is 39, and her baby father, Jalen Green, is 22. He actually turned 22 this year. He was 21 in February of 2024. So anyways, what you think about this, babe?
I'm going to say this. And I say this because I really feel, and I'm the type of person, okay, do what you want to do, whatever. I know people fall in love in the most random spaces. And DRAYA, no shade, but I don't think it's love. I think DRAYA is securing the bag. She was JOIE. I mean, look at her baby daddy. Look at the roster.
The lineup.
Look at it. They go crazy. But from my opinion, I have a son.
Yes.
And as he gets older and grow or whatever, even when he becomes 21, I'm not looking at his friends like that.
Uh-huh.
That's where I'm looking at it like that. On the other side of me, it's like, all right, do what you want to do. People in that industry, these Instagram models and get with these ball players, they just do whatever. They don't care about the age. But for me, that goes back to the Pippins dating the Michael Jordan Jr. son, whatever. She's dating him. Mm-hmm. Scottie Pippen's ex-wife. I think, she's dating
Larsa.
Yeah, her. So it's like, we've seen it happen. We see it happen. A lot of people been saying, oh, well, men do it all the time. Yeah. But this is for me. But men don't carry the children. They don't nurture them. They don't do all these things. So for me, I'm looking at it like, I think it's disgusting when men do it. Don't get me wrong. I'm never into the, I don't care about society. I feel like a lot of things are, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think right now because it's Drake. But, it's a double standard. Sorry.
Yeah.
I do feel that way. But for me, when I'm thinking of DRAYA, I just think more so you have a son his age. Like, to me, it just gives very much ill. Like, don't get me wrong, he's cute now. But even with me, I don't even have a child at age, but I'm not looking at nobody that young. I don't want nobody in Gen Z.
Not in Gen Z?
I don't want nobody in Gen Z because they are the worst. No shade, but the worst when it comes to common sense. Book smart, but common sense, no. I just don't. So for me, it don't even matter if I have a son that age or not.
In regards to when men do it, I think it's gross too. Like, I think there's this this famous guy who's Hispanic, who's 80 and his girlfriend's 20 or something like that and just had a baby or something. It's disgusting. You know what I mean? Like some, what's his name? Hugh Hefner type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And so men do it, right? And I think it's disgusting. I literally do think it's disgusting. I also think that, I guess this is where the double standard comes in. Most of the time, the men are established. They're good. They're fine. They probably have other children. They probably have experienced family dynamic in some way. So they're prepared. I think Trayvon Diggs, JOIE CHAVIS' baby father, I think he has other kids or things like that. But it's just why y'all, bro, this ain't finna age well. Let's be real.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about.
Be for real.
Even when I thought about P. Diddy's situation, because he has that baby girl.
Yeah.
And I know she's way younger. Young Miami way younger than him.
Yes, yeah.
My thing is, what is your old ass doing still having children at that age? Because for me, it's not saying people don't live to be 100 or whatever. Everybody's not physical able to do things as they get older.
Right.
So you're having a baby. In 10 years, you're going to be 60 something? Mm-hmm. While she's 20, you're going to be 70 something. Make it make sense. So she's not going to get experience as an act. I mean, of course, you'll be a present father, but kids like to be active. When your son comes out with about to drain me. I'm thinking I should have did this when I was 23.
Okay.
So it's
nah, they gonna keep us. They gonna keep us active, baby. We gonna keep moving around. We gonna keep moving around. We are.
But you think it's what are you doing? And it's with DRAYA, even with JOIE, DRAYA is gonna be 40.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So your baby 10, you're 50. He's all of 31, 32? Your baby father? Mm-hmm. Make it make sense.
So no. Wait, who?
With DRAYA and is it Jalen? What's his name?
Yeah, Jalen, but he's 22. Yeah.
So that's when he'll be all of 32.
Right. Oh yes.
She'll be 50.
Right. It's just like
That makes no sense.
It's not gonna age.
And you mean to tell me he gonna want to be with a 50, 60-year-old?
No. And it's, you know what it is that, you know, the guys are also saying like these are the girls that the guys have looked up to when they were younger.
Yeah.
And so now you got them and things like that. Honestly, it's just like, I don't know if we got too many morals and goals, but it's just like, why? It's not necessary. Maybe I'm a hypocrite, but like, if you want to play around with them, cool. Y'all dating for a couple years, cool. The minute you're sitting over here bringing a baby, like, having a baby ain't just Draya taking these pictures on Instagram with them flowers and stuff. Like a real child, a real life that you're bringing into what? Why?
It's not just the belly. Yes,
it's not just it's cute. It's cute. It's cute.
The thing is also is that if we're gonna be real, and it's no shade to my men, and I say that men, but men don't mature as fast as women. So this man is 22 years old. His brain has not even fully developed. I'm pretty sure he's mature enough for his age.
Right. Which we're hearing.
Yeah, mature enough for his age. But it's this saying somebody used to always tell me, my friend's dad, and I use it now. You got to go where I done been.
Ooh.
And that means you got to still move through some life, some hurdles and some struggles and everything else. And you got to know how to deal with it. His 22-year-old brain has not fully developed for that.
Right. And there's just, like you said, like, the fact that this man is the same age as her oldest son, I'm 31 years old. I truly don't know what I would say to a 22-year-old. I dead ass do not.
What are we talking about?
But in regards to, what are we going to talk about? Just in regards to the type of women that we are, and it's the type of things that we are experiencing and the responsibilities that we now have.
I mean, no shade.
What am I supposed to talk to you about?
It's hard to talk to the ones
that are your age. Let alone a 22-year-old. Like, and then I just thought, it's just like, what are you saying? You're like, baby what? This nigga is a baby. Asking him to do what?
No, it's real. And it's like also with a young boy, because, you know, I have younger brothers. And one of my brothers, he's going to be 26. The other might be 23. They couldn't even tell you what postpartum is. And even if you did understand it, how do you nurture it? How do you support it? How do you be? Because you don't know. You're 22. You don't know how to fully be there and be there for her. Not just for the baby, but I need to be there for her. She needs me emotionally, mentally, physically. So I can't see myself I can't even see myself even having a conversation. My conversation with 21-year, 22-year-olds is like, listen, save your money. Make sure you got a job, finish school.
Not you.
That's how I have a conversation.
Come here, baby.
That's what it is.
Come here, baby. Let me teach you.
Make good choices, stay out of jail.
No, dead serious. Like what? I don't know.
So what are they talking about?
Girl,
I just want to know.
I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I guess, I understand he got some money, and so therefore it puts him in a space where he's experiencing stuff that 22-year-olds his age are not. However, he still is 22. The mindset, whatever. It literally is a secure the bag session. Like, let's be for real, because I'm not saying anything about it. I'm just saying something about it in her caption and things like that. Like, we love our baby girl. What a man. Where he at? Why he not in any of the pictures? This like, because it's not that. And it's just unfortunate that it's not that. And it doesn't even mean that they have to, I'm not saying they got to be married or any of those things, but what is this full picture really is? And what it is it's a security bag session.
I'm going to tell y'all what it's finna be. Okay. They're going to have this baby. We're going to see him for a little bit. And it's a done deal.
And it's over. It's a wrap.
I'm just going to we're going to call it for what it is. Say, whatever. I'm just letting y'all know. Ain't no marriage. If a marriage comes, and I wish marriage on all my black people. I really do. I think every woman deserves that. But we live in a world with social media icons, social media influencers, ballers. That icon was a shade. But we got the players, the rappers, and whatever, and we don't see none of it that really lasts, unless it's something like Snoop and his wife, LL and his wife, LeBron. But all these people started out years before the fame, before all this thing came along. But all this new stuff, it's like, it's okay, we're taking the pictures, we going on trips. It's giving the people what they want when it comes to viewing on social media. It's just telling these lies to the new generation that's coming, because it's not real.
Yeah, it's not real. And that's a big old conversation.
That's another
conversation, baby. You'll be back. because you're right. Yeah. This shit is not real. You're setting unrealistic expectations, and I guess that's what infuriates me sometimes. And I'm just like, y'all, come on. The girls is finna sit over here and like, okay, I gotta find me a this and that, a nigga that pay for this and that. And to your point, the Snoop Dogg wives, the LL Cool J wives, these ladies have been holding these men down for quite some time. And if you think they ain't been through treacherous things with them, they have, and they're still there. And you guys have unrealistic expectations that a relationship should be. The belly pictures, the flowers, the bow, the rose, all that. And it's not.
You know, just like I know, you got to go behind those closed doors and have those real conversations. Like you really do it. And you have things that come up in your relationship and you're like, wait a minute. We were just cute on Instagram, you know what I mean? But when I post that picture, I hated you then, you know? So it's like,
speak on
love
it.
You, but you. But it just said, but like I said, another conversation for another day. But that's just what we get now. I honestly hate that for our new generation coming up because I think I asked one girl, I did something at a school one time, and I was like, we was just asking them what they wanted to be, and this girl literally said she wanted to be an influencer. We didn't have that option coming up. What?
You know what? The girls, if y'all want to be an influencer, cool. But what does that mean?
What does that mean to you? I was asking her, okay, you want to influence me how? What do you want to do?
Right. How do you scale that?
A business, like a brand with clothing. What? She could not give me that.
Right. And I think that's where the younger generation be getting like mad and upset with people thinking that people judging you. Nah, babe. We just been over here. We got some years on you and we understand that investing in your generational wealth and legacy that you want to leave behind means more than just having one word. I want to be an influencer.
Yeah, she couldn't tell me, and that's okay.
But thanks, DRAYA and JOIE, for all you do for the community. I'm just kidding. I think it is a good time.
Honestly, thank them because y'all let me know that when I get that age, it's possible to look good. That's all I'm saying.
This is the fact, y'all. Do they look? They are both gorgeous women. Yeah. They look absolutely beautiful. They look absolutely.
And I know JOIE actually works out.
Yeah,
does, so that just let me know. I do appreciate social media for that, like the older generation of women that's on social media that look really, really good, like Ashanti.
Yeah,
amazing.
Another one who might be pregnant.
Oh, her mom said she was.
Oh, she did?
She said, but
they haven't announced it.
But she said, but thank you for the congratulations.
No, wow.
I'm here for it. I'm Ashanti. And Nelly, I was the girl that was Nelly poster down.
Okay, that's crazy because Ashanti's mom is her manager, right? Mm-hmm. So is she at least familiar with the industry and know how to pose questions? Yeah. So the fact that she said that.
She did it was an interview. Yeah. Okay. Like on the panel. So shout out to her.
Oh, shout out to them. I think this is a good time to segue to Let's Be Real. I really wanted to get your opinion on this, okay? And I want to get the social worker's opinion about this story. So I don't know if you saw my Fierce Chats mini episode earlier this week.
Actually, that's how, I've been watching those.
But just a quick recap, right, for the audience. So long story short, Michelle Lau, this was a friend of Cora Jakes. Now, Cora Jakes is T.D. Jakes' daughter. Oh my gosh, the Potter's house. And so long story short... Michelle Loud and Cora Jakes, they were in their 20s and Michelle Loud became pregnant. She has other children. She was pregnant. She was expressing things and these are through her own words. All of this is alleged. I saw it in an interview and I'll actually link it below for you guys if you want to get more information about it. But I actually saw an interview where she was speaking about this and she said that she was talking to Cora and telling her like, I'm tired. Like, I don't want to be pregnant. She had other children. Right. I don't want to be pregnant and this and that. But she said she never explained to Cora that she did not want her baby.
Right.
Long story short, she said she comes over to the family house. They're like, we want to talk to you. We want to help you out in regards to your baby. And she says they essentially do some sort of exorcism. And they also have her sign papers for her to relinquish her rights of her baby. Mm-hmm. She says she did not know that those were the papers that she was signing. And so after that, she had her baby and Cora Jakes adopted the son. I think at some point she may have been okay with her taking him, maybe to help her out, but she never knew that she had no rights over her child. Yeah. And this happened back in 2014. And so now she has been trying since then, she says, to get back like full custody of her child. She's been able to see her child. There has been some visitation that Cora has allowed. During this time as well, Cora Jakes husband was also accused of sexual abuse, where he was abusing the other child that was in their home. They have 2 adopted children. Jace is Michelle Loud's son, and then they have a girl, and the girl is the one that was a part of the sexual abuse case. And so Michelle Loud said she had known nothing about this sexual abuse and thought that they should have told her. So she's like been more adamant lately. That's why this interview has come up, because that sexual abuse count came up, I believe, last year in October. So
why is he still in the home?
No, he's not. He's actually in jail. He is currently incarcerated. So she'd be waiting for trial and things like that. It's looking like, in regards to what they do have, he's getting locked up. And Cora filed for divorce. So in regards to that. So now Michelle Loud is like, I want my son. I believe now at this point, Jace is like, maybe like 9 or 10. So he's much, much older. And
does he know she's his mom?
Yeah, he knows that. Okay. That's what Michelle Loud says. She says that he knows that, she is his mom. Yeah. And she said that, he discusses wanting to see his siblings and things like that, and has asked her why he can't come home and things. And so, at this point, Michelle has tried to reach out to an attorney and all these different things to help her out. But she says that anytime she reaches out to somebody for some reason, they go away. And she feels like they're being paid off by the Potter's house. So anyways, I just wanted to get a little quick
that's a opinion. Lot, actually, because if she signed, first of all, you got to go back into your signing legal documents.
Yeah.
That's going to be so hard.
Yeah.
To prove that she was forced against her will.
Right.
To sign, because only people that were there were her and them, I'm assuming.
That's just so hard.
So, honestly, the way it's looking like, she might as well hang that up till he turned 18. The way it's looking, because if they're allowing her to see her son, they're allowing her, he knows that's his mom. It seems like everything is being done, in a straight line, except for she didn't know she didn't have any rights. She signed the paperwork.
Right. And, to her point, she's like, I was young at this time.
Right.
Like they took advantage of me. She feels taken advantage. I agree. It's a complicated kind of thing. I do think, once you have them papers and once stuff just gets into the court with the kids, the court's making the decision. They don't care about whether or not you were 24 and a half and, whether or not they made you sign something in the dark. They looking at documents. They look at stuff so black and white. Unless you come across somebody who can, I guess.
And find a loophole.
Find a loophole there for you.
Honestly, I hate that happened to her, because I'll be going to go to war about mine as well. But you have to pay attention to what you're signing. You have to read everything. I don't care if you got to flip through pages and make sure you ain't signing on top of, somebody just getting your signature, because especially nowadays, 2014 wasn't too long ago.
Right.
So you should have been very aware. And I get it, when you are pregnant, a lot of times your body, your brain, everything go through all these different things. You might not pay attention. You're tired. And also she trusted her friend.
Alexa, off.
Also let's be clear. I'm pretty sure she trusted her friend. Didn't expect that to happen.
Right.
So again, I'm not a TD Jakes person, shout out to him for delivering the word. I don't listen to TD Jakes. I do see him, in the media with a lot of things that's going on. I don't know what to believe, because I wasn't there, but it seemed like that family got a lot of things
going on. Do you like Sarah Jakes?
I listen to her sometimes. I look at her for more of motivational speaking, things like that. But I have my pastors that I listen to, and they're not my first choice. Nothing against them, but TD Jakes has never done it for me.
I think that's a call out, because you're a reverend. So,
but TD Jakes never done it.
If that's the case.
He's one of those people, for instance, I put it like this. I was telling my cousin the other day, because he's young and he hasn't really experienced different pastors yet. But say, for instance, I spoke the same word that TD Jakes spoke. You'll probably get it more, quote unquote, feel it more for him because of his delivery. Mm-hmm. His voice carries. He's doing all the things, versus me. If I'm just saying the same thing he said, you probably just couldn't feel it from me.
I feel that.
And I think that's just what he gives. I think sometimes he just be yelling to me.
Honestly, when you said that, immediately I heard him. I heard that.
Right. Even when the whole thing, I remember, don't get me wrong, I do listen to hear him sometimes.
Yeah,
not to feed my spirit.
Right.
And I remember when all that stuff came about, and I went and clicked on him, the first thing he said, the people was at the church, and he said, if y'all came here to be nosy, this ain't what you're going to get. I just felt like that just
Some people probably don't even look in that. These not your audience. Your
I just feel like you're in church and you're finna deliver a sermon. What are you talking about?
Girl, the social medias be having everybody just in a disarray.
And also with him, he's close with P. Diddy. And P. Diddy had his birthday party last year or year for whatever. And that's the one, they got all these. He had TDJs like roped out in the section in the backyard. And I'm like, I get it, because I'm not the one to judge people, but you're this pastor, you looked at a certain way. You got all this ass shaking, these liquor, weeds and stuff. I just don't think as a pastor you should be in the midst of it. That's just my opinion.
I agree.
Everybody is different, though.
I haven't seen that, but I agree.
That was the one when Miami gifted him like a necklace. Or something. Party. TD Jakes was there, like literally, roped off in a section. But to the child, I really, really hope I don't work with family and children anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And such for reasons like that.
Yeah,
it's really hard, and my heart goes out to mothers and children. I have even worked with people that have child deaths and stuff. So it's hard for me to work with family and children.
Yeah.
I just stick to the mental health side. But it's going to take some work. And honestly, probably what's going to happen, he going to have to make that decision maybe when he's like 16, whatever. He can go into the courts and say, hey, I don't want to, I don't know how it really works with the whole adoption thing or anything like that. But maybe with him being old enough to say, I want to be here.
Yeah.
In fact, that they have acknowledged her as his real mother, he might have that option. I'm pretty sure it's written somewhere in there.
And now we appreciate that opinion, girl. I completely agree. I think it's such a rough situation, but I definitely wanted to get your thoughts on that. But before we let you go, we just wanted to play a little game. It's called Are You Smarter Than a Fierce Grader? And these questions are a play off of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? So I hope you paid attention at school.
Girl, I'm about to be 33.
Okay, period.
Let it go.
All right, first question. Which planet is known as the morning star or evening star?
The sun. Oh, just kidding. What are you doing? Hey, Google. I need that sky. Guess what? What planet?
Are you gonna? What's your answer?
I'm laughing because who answered somebody that? Okay. I don't know.
The answer is Venus.
Girl, what? Well, honestly, would y'all have known that?
Girl, I didn't know that. What is the largest mammal in the world? Mammal.
A whale.
Let's go.
Oh my God, what am I going to do when Kai get older?
I'm dead. Okay, in geometry, what is the name of a shape that has 8 sides?
It's an octagon.
Yes!
Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Octagon, yeah.
These last 2 questions are crazy.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna hold you. All right. Who wrote the novel Pride and Prejudice?
What? But I know that book.
You know that book?
Yeah. I don't know I know that book. I don't know. What does the name start with?
A J.
Next caller.
Jane Austen.
Yeah, but I know that book. I literally know that book. Somebody has it.
I am literally done. And this is a personal question, so you should get this. If Kai had 15 and added 5 more grapes, how many grapes did Kai have?
20.
Yay!
Basic math, 4 plus 4.
Let's go, baby. I believe that was...
I need other questions that got something to do with me, because what the hell was that?
I'm done.
I'm done.
That was just, you did great. So, yay!
So I only got 1 wrong.
You only got 1 wrong.
But don't nobody know about the damn planet.
They don't. I didn't even know that, girl. So that's all fine. But like I said, we loved having you. Let us know where we can find you and if you're up to anything and stuff like that. Or if you want us to reach out that way, because I know, social media is a mess, but let us know.
I mean, y'all know I'm on Instagram, Tiana.6. I'm on TikTok, Tiana Tyrika. Actually, I love TikTok better than Instagram.
So follow her on TikTok.
Anywhere is fine. I'm very but I am working on some things I would tell y'all, but just stay tuned when I come back.
That's what I want to hear. Let's go.
Out. But everything is good. It's being a mom and finna be somebody's wife.
Period.
So yeah. Stay tuned for that.
Okay, somebody's wife. We appreciate your time. Can't wait to have you back, friend. Love the conversation as always. It's always so smooth because this is my girl. Thank you guys if you made it this far in the video. I appreciate you. And if you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anywhere that you listen to your podcast, thank you. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. And we'll see you later. Bye.